Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cigar Chat brought to you live on CigarFederation.com, broadcast around the world in the Armed Forces Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are out there in the world today. Robbie Raz here with you almost always. I miss a show every now and again, but for the most part I'm here. Logan, you're back in the garage with the chili pepper.
Yeah.
It's a big chili pepper over your shoulder there.
Dude, one of these days, man, I'm going to put some candy in that chili pepper. And I'm going to bust it up real good.
Is it red hot?
Dude, you don't even want to know, bro. You're invited, though, Juan. Dude. But anyways, yeah, no, man, I'm doing good. I'm home. I'm not traveling. It just got a little awkward. Yeah, I'm home. I'm not traveling.
No traveling, that's good.
No traveling. Life's good. It's getting a little warm in Austin. Problem we're facing now is, dude, I've got mosquitoes like the size of like Volkswagen bugs flying around in my yard. I mean, dude, these things are vicious. Like, I can't even go outside. Like, it's horrible.
Now, don't they carry the Zika virus?
Dude, I don't know. Probably.
Every mosquito carries Zika virus.
I believe that. Yeah, I actually saw something that it says you can get the Zika virus through oral sex.
Wow.
Seriously?
With mosquitoes?
If you're lucky, dude.
All right. On that note, we've bottomed out. But I want to welcome our guests here today, Juan Cancel and Bill Ives of Cubariqueño Cigars. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. This is our second time we've had you on the show, but I don't think I was here the first time.
First time with you weren't here. I think you were in the south of France.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in the south of France, actually.
Rob travels to the south of France all the time.
No, that's where my chateau is, and it's...
Chateau de la Robbie?
I'm sorry?
Chateau de la Robbie?
Exactly, and it's quite beautiful. I don't speak any French, though, which is a problem. And people there don't like me, but I do have my own place in the south of France. I can't even really go any further. I don't know what's in the south of France. I know where Paris is. I've been there.
I know it's in the south of France.
Well, it's my chateau. That's it. That's all we need to know. That's it. Where is it? Would it be in the Champagne region? Is Champagne the south of France?
That's more like That's like northern, northeast.
So instead of
that's like New York.
Okay, so it's like the northeast as opposed to the south.
I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I think you are wrong, but who knows?
I don't think so. Well, I'm Google.
But if I did have a chateau in France, it would be in the Champagne region, I think, because that just sounds like where I'd want to be.
But wouldn't you want to be in the Bordeaux region? Wouldn't that be better?
Oh, Bordeaux, yeah, I do like a good Bordeaux. Anyway, we've taken this too far, but no, I wasn't here the last time that you guys were on the show, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous about how this is going to go. Frankly, so
no, dude, it's going to go great, man.
Anyway, so I'm smoking on the Protocol, and now this is the old one. It's a whole year old now, I think, right?
So it's just a great cigar, dude. I was right, man. It's like it's more like Ohio.
Okay.
But yeah.
So it's it's in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
The middle north.
Which one are you smoking? The Toro?
Yeah, I'm smoking the Toro here. So yeah, this is a great cigar, man, and this is for a freshman release. This was pretty impressive. I know that I don't think I was involved in the review when we reviewed it, but I know John. I think John did the review, and it was
the Canadian A.
Yeah, I think it ended up being. It might have been his cigar of the year, or it was in top 5, I think, at least.
It was up there.
It was in his top 12, I think. It was. I don't remember the right number, but he really liked it. John really liked it.
So then I got nervous when Logan was busting his chops on the different show what he likes.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so in essence, he was kind of giving you guys a hard time, but no. But I imagine that you guys had a lot of that. I mean, this cigar showed up in a lot of top 10 lists.
Yeah, it did really well. We were really excited how it got reviewed.
How scared are you that you're going to release a cigar, sophomore release, that's going to suck, comparatively, and not get the press? I mean, y'all won't release a crappy cigar, right? But, like, it's a high bar to live up to. I haven't seen too many companies that have released their freshman release that has been – I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't like the cigar. Like, honestly, I don't think I have. Like, everyone likes it. But how worried are you, and what did you do to prepare for this next one with you setting the bar so high?
Well, we did a soft launch at our 1-year anniversary and we had some sticks of the new cigar, which is called the Protocol Probable Cause. Juan smoking it. So we were kind of like watching the people, and from the reactions that we've gotten from the event and people smoking it after they gotten home on Facebook, it's been really well. So keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully it does good. But it's a totally different cigar, and it's smoking phenomenal. That one's coming in 2 sizes too. So I think we might live up to the hype of the second release. And we also, at the trade show, are going to release the Protocol Lancero, and that's smoking phenomenal. I think that's the best cigar that we have.
So, Logan, like you said, we came out with the 2 sizes of the Toro and the Corona Gordo. I was a little bit worried. I was actually watching something that it was something that John was on. He actually said it's going to be real hard for us to, top that or come close with the first one release, and that kind of made me worried. But I have a lot of faith in Zona, and before we even did an entire new blend, we wanted to try a new size. And I'm a Lancero nut, so we had Eric. We convinced Eric. Eric wouldn't really want to do it because Lanceros are like that cigar geek size where everybody wants it, but they're the toughest sell. And Eric was like, "You're gonna make it. It's harder to do because it's smaller. You got to do the right balance, and it's just harder to make, and nobody's gonna buy it." And we said, something. This is our one shot. Who knows how long this is gonna last? So we said, "Let's do it. Let's do it for the cigar geeks." And I smoked my first one last year in Nicaragua, and it was maybe a week old after it was rolled. And that particular blend, the Lancero, man, it floored me. It didn't rest at all. It was, like I said, like a week old. There goes the Zika virus.
Dude, I know, man. Get out of my garage.
So I smoked it over there. We brought it back, and we loved it. And that's the first thing we did. So he said, like I said, if the new blend wasn't that great, at least we have the Lancero to fall back on, which is absolutely phenomenal. But lo and behold, the new blend is smoking phenomenally. It's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. If you had asked me 5 years ago what cigar, if you ever had the opportunity to make your own cigar, I'm just in love with the Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper. I love that tobacco, that leaf. I figured it would have been something like that. It didn't work out that way, but for the sophomore cigar, we did a Mexican San Andreas, and it's smoking phenomenal. It's chocolatey. It's just really good. I'm very, very happy with it. I've actually had people say they like it better than the original Protocol. But you don't have some people say that, and some people say they like the Protocol better. So we'll see how it goes.
That sounds like an awesome blend. I mean, that San Andreas is that's been a pretty hot wrapper over the last
several years.
Like 2-3 years. It can be done really, really well.
Right.
But we've also seen, and I know Logan will comment on this, that we've seen it done really, really poorly.
Oh, it can suck.
Yeah, I mean, you could take some of these great wrapper leaves, and the Ecuadorian Habano that you guys used on your first release. I've found myself gravitating towards that Ecuadorian tobacco over the last probably like year and a half. Like everything that's got that Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. Oh, yours is an Oscuro, but still that wrapper is. And
a lot of people are using it too.
Yeah.
Say that again.
A lot of people are using it too. I've seen. Just like crazy.
Well, it's got a nice flavor profile that I think is kind of approachable for just about any cigar smoker, really. And when I looked back at I'm looking at John's review, and he scored it a 90. And I feel like he's probably, if he would do a Redux review, he probably scored in a higher score.
If he scored an 89, he wouldn't be allowed back into the country.
and actually, I take it back. I'm smoking the Corona Gorda. I'm not smoking the.
Okay.
I'm not smoking the Toro. But I'm looking at this, and if I were to look at the blend, I'd say Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper, awesome, I'm in. A Nicaraguan Habano binder, sounds good to me. And then you'd lose me at the quadruple Lajero.
Correct.
But when we were just talking about this off air, it's not. This isn't. I know we're talking about the older cigar. We'll get into the new one. Older, it's a year old.
It's actually nice to talk about a cigar people have already released we actually care about.
Yeah.
I think it actually shows in this day and age that somebody gives a crap about that cigar. Because if we didn't give a crap about it, we'd already be talking about the new stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, so that's a compliment.
No, it is. It definitely is. But to say that when I look at that quadruple Lajero, it's like, oh, dude, This is going to be something Logan's going to love this, and I'm going to hate it. But that just kind of goes to show you, though, if you're looking at a blend of a cigar, just because you have a pretty good idea of what those leaves are capable of, doesn't necessarily mean you know what the cigar is going to taste like.
Right.
So that's just a lesson for everybody out there. Don't turn off a cigar just because you think it's going to be too strong for you or not strong enough.
Well, here's a question. Well, not really of a question, but I know we asked it on the last show, but I want to discuss it again. Is typically rules of the road when you make a cigar, you have 1 Seco, 2 Visos, and a Ligero on average, right? Or you have some combination. You can't have too many Secos because it's going to burn like a cigarette, or you can't have too many Ligeros because it's going to burn like dog crap. Like it's not going to burn. So when you're using 4 Ligeros, how are you guys accomplishing that? I mean, are they lower priming Ligeros, or is it from a plant that's a little bit lighter? Are you fermenting them longer so the leaves get thinner? Like what's going on where you can use 4 Ligeros and still get the great construction?
Hector said to us best, we don't know the exact science, but Hector said, theoretically, when he was talking about the protocol, Hector said, theoretically, this cigar should not smoke with all the Ligero in there. He goes, but it's a testament to the construction that's done at the Zona and the proper, fermentation would be. He didn't give us all the secrets, but he said, theoretically, this should not smoke, but because the way we do it, it does. And, I've spoken to a lot of people, and it's true. Theoretically, it should not smoke. And it should be, you shouldn't even be able to tolerate it, but it's that double Habano wrapper binder that really, if guys are going to make fun of me, I always use this term, creams it out, but it really, they always slap me with that one, but it's the best way I have to kind of explain it, because Habano leaves are very creamy. It's a very creamy nature. So you put 2 of them together, I think it balances out that quadruple Ligero a lot where it's tolerable and you can smoke it.
The age helps it too. I mean,
definitely.
Shipping it right from the factory, as far as samples go, I was lying on the couch.
Yeah, when we first got it, it was kind of fresh. We were a few guys. Guys had to stay here. They couldn't drive home.
We had ambulance.
Yeah.
So how long does it age before, from the time that it's done at the factory before it hits the shelves?
At minimum 90 days.
Okay.
From when it's done till we get it, minimum 90 days. And now, me and Bill actually, on our first anniversary, we smoked a 1-year-old Corona Gordo that I had. I hit it. And it was so hard not to smoke it because there was one point when I kind of ran out of protocols to sold them all. I'm like, should I open that 10-pack I have? And I'm like, no, I promised myself that's 1-year anniversary for me and Bill. We smoked it. It smoked out of this world. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was just.
People are like, you guys are getting high on your own supply. Well, the reason we got into this thing
was to get high on your own supply.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, listen, I'm going to smoke it, I'm not going to go smoke Joe Schmo's cigar every day.
We really didn't expect to sell any. We thought me and him was going to smoke these for the rest of our lives. And there was months we didn't have any.
That first initial production was 5,000. And I'm looking at it like, oh my God, we're going to have these things forever. And thank God it worked out for us.
Those first 5,000, I think those are gone.
Yeah. I think they went pretty quick.
Yeah, I think they went pretty quick. And actually, the one that I'm smoking here, this is from IPCPR last year.
Right.
So this one has just about a year on it as well. Right. So, and it's a lot smoother than I remember this cigar being.
It's really smooth for having all that Ligero. You would think it would be all Harshy McHarstein, and dude, it's not.
No,
seriously, when you try to build a cigar, there's a lot of people, and I won't name names, but there's a lot of people who have tried to build a cigar that's like triple Ligero, quadruple Ligero, 5 times Ligero for breakfast. They try to do it all the time, and most of the time, there's been a couple of exceptions, in my humble opinion, Protocol being one, that actually still are smooth, enjoyable, bring a ton of strength, but still have a ton of flavor. Most of the time, it falls flat on its face, and it tastes like you're smoking, like mesquite wood. It just is harsh, and it's just gross. So it's very smooth cigar. It's shockingly smooth for what it's inside of it.
Right.
I keep giving you guys compliments. I need to stop.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is the most complimentary I think I can remember you being. Ever.
You did everybody, right?
You've scheduled a bunch of Giacomos in the last 8 episodes. That's not my fault.
For the record, if you're just listening to the podcast or you're listening on the Armed Forces Radio Network, Both Juan and Bill are pretty big dudes, so you kind of want to give them compliments anyway, just to stay on their good side.
Yeah, but they're like gentle giants.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
An ongoing thing. Who's fatter? I think I am definitely smaller.
We're gonna have a race. Me, Bill, and Nelson from La Roja. I'm sorry, Nelson from Moya Ruiz, and Hector. We can do a relay race at the IPCPR.
Dude, we gotta get Logan. You should get in on that too, man.
Dude, I'm actually pretty quick, man.
You're deceptively fast.
Dude, you know what I did yesterday? I'm sorry to hijack the show, but I got to tell you because it just reminded me. So, you know, with all the rain, we've had mosquitoes and flies. You know, it's just what happens. So there was a fly buzzing around the house, and I just went, and Allie's like, "Did you just catch that fly out of the air?" And I go,
"That noise too?"
"Yep." And I opened my hand. I
was there.
And you can actually 007. Jared was at my house, so you can ask him to validate it. But I literally, cat-like reflexes, bro. Don't even step to me.
That's some Mr. Miyagi stuff there, man.
Dude,
you got to bust out the chopsticks.
Doesn't mean I'm quick.
Might be chubby doesn't mean I'm not quick. That's good.
I'm only super fast if it's a cheeseburger like that.
Dude, me too.
Oh, okay. Okay, so wait. Since you said cheeseburger, now you guys are East Coast guys. Now, what are you big fans of the Shake Shack?
I've been there, yes.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, haven't been? Is it just a New York thing?
They have a bunch in New York. I don't know if they have any in New Jersey, so we'll have to Google that. But any in Jersey, you guys know? No. Jersey. None in Jersey. But they have shakes. Their shakes are like crack. Like they take crack and they pulverize it and give you the shake. They sprinkle on top. It's sick.
So my wife and I were in New York about a month ago, and we waited in this long ass line for a burger. A burger from Shake Shack. I'm sorry?
Is it the one by the Trade Center? Because I saw there was one day you were by the fountains and the Shake Shack's about a block away.
Yeah, but the one in Madison Square Park? No, or Garden, or whatever it is. Right. Not the Garden, but the park. Anyway, so we waited in this long line. We get this, and I just told my wife, like, I wasn't feeling good that day. I was like, let's just get one and we'll share it. And that was the biggest mistake I made on the entire trip, was we just got one burger, and we only got one shake. Like, I don't know. Everybody says that it's like the East Coast version of In-N-Out Burger, and I had In-N-Out. I mean, In-N-Out's here all the time, so I've been around it forever. It's not a big deal to me. I had In-N-Out for the first time in a long time on our trip back last weekend, and Shake Shack is all over In-N-Out. In-N-Out has nothing on Shake Shack when it comes to the burger. It's unbelievable.
Try to stay away from fast food.
I'm watching my weight.
Yeah, show's coming. We have to stand for long periods of time.
No, well, and the race. You guys got to prep for that race.
Look at this thing. Watching this. See?
No, I don't really do fast food that much either, but I do like a good burger every now and again. Just want to remind the audience you're listening to Cigar Chat, brought to you live on CigarFederation.com. Broadcast around the world in the Armed Forces Radio Network. We're here with Bill and Juan from Cubariqueño Cigars, talking about...
How do you guys practice that? Because you guys are killing it.
No,
you don't understand how many hours I had to put in practicing your stupid name or your stupid company, because it's stupid. Nobody can pronounce that crap. It should be just Protocol Blue and Protocol Red. It's easy.
Yes.
Protocol Crib, right?
Yeah. Well, hey,
there you go. Yeah. Keep it gang related.
Dude, that is. That's cop related. Oh, dude, that's a great idea.
It's the siren colors. You know the strobe lights are red and blue.
Sirens, yeah.
No, I try to avoid the popo at any chance if I possibly can, and I try not to get arrested. But yes, I know.
You try not to.
I have a few times. I know that's off-air stories.
I've seen the mugshots, man. Your mugshot. Look, Google Logan Lawler mugshot. You'll find it.
I didn't get a mugshot because they threw me in
the you did.
Tank. No, I didn't.
You look like you were in high school.
Oh, that was in college, man. That was bad times. That was bad times at Richmond High.
That's a Chuck Murphy. Chuck Murphy?
Oh.
Headshot? There it is. Anyway, Logan, this next segment's brought to us by who? You got to tell us.
This next segment is brought... I was trying to find my mugshot, sorry. This next segment, Robert, is brought to us by none other than our good friends at Drew Estate. Drew Estate Cigars. Get you some. Back to you, Rob.
There you go. That's a quality.
I need to think of something else. I wish they'd tell me what to say. It's just so much easier.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, The new Florida Sun-Grown. That's probably that's the newest release from Drew Estate.
No, actually, it's that Inca Tome.
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, you need to read Dreamo. It's small batch. Private release from small batch.
Oh, yeah. I saw that this morning. Yeah. Well, that's just that's a private release. I'm talking about full release.
That Florida Sun-Grown when I was in Nicaragua last year. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard good things. People are starting to get them. Guys who order them online. I know Tripp is one of the stronger members of Cigar Federation, always on, and he smoked it today. So, and he said it was pretty good considering he smoked it, the day it arrived at his house after 5 or 6 days of travel. So, if it's smoking pretty good right off the truck, it's going to smoke pretty good.
Before we get into it, Rob, we actually have something special here. Thanks to Juan and Bill and my expert negotiation skills. Everyone tonight, if you go to the Cigar Federation store and look under protocol, we have 5, and only 5, bundles of the Lancero available for sale.
Boom.
First come, first serve. Boom. Get them. Buy them now because they're not going to be around. Or you can wait until the trade show, which is still 2 months beyond that. So get you some.
Now, this is the first time this is available. Is that correct?
Second.
Pretty close to? Second time.
Sloppy second.
There's nothing wrong with that.
First national, which is at our 1 year anniversary / soft launch party. We had a few bundles here, but just local guys came and scooped them all up. We put a few bundles on sale, and they're just all gone now. So, and received very well. We guys got rated 92, right? Cigar Coupe. He gave us a 92 on it. We gave him one of the Zona Palooza. Hopefully next year you guys could be at the Zona Palooza if Eric does it. Next year I don't know if he is or not. That was a great time.
That looked like it was. That looked like it was a lot of fun. We did. I know we did get an invitation, and it's tough for me to get all the way to the other side of the country, but it definitely looked like it was a good time. So yeah, hopefully that does happen again next year. And Logan and I, we've been talking about making a trip out to Florida again anyway. So that'd be a lot of fun.
Don't worry, Logan. We did dodgeball for fat guys.
Oh, yeah.
And the fat guys didn't have to move, so somebody would pick up the ball after you threw it. Because they didn't want anybody to have a heart attack.
Oh, dude. I'd rip somebody up in dodgeball, dude. Oh, that would be so much fun.
We did tug of war too, and I got dragged because I didn't want to go on the rope. I don't know if you guys saw it.
No, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
I think I'd probably be more of an asset in dodgeball than I would be in tug of war.
I think I would agree with that. You'd be more of a liability, definitely.
I just got a cannon for an arm. Is that Eric Jr.? That guy is like, he was killing people. He was decapitating people over there.
Decapitating.
You always got to watch out for the ringer when you're playing dodgeball. Absolutely.
Dude,
but
yeah.
if you guys want to get a kickball tournament going, I'm into that. We could do some kickball.
What are we like? ESPN Ocho? Like, is that what we're talking about now?
We are on the Ocho.
It's
Ocho? Official. It's official. So before we get into audience questions, so tell us about the Lancero, because that's coming out, and then the.
Is it the same blend? Does it use the 4?
All right, I'm going to talk about. So the Lancero is a traditional Cuban size of 7.5 by 38. So we went with a very traditional Cuban Lancero size. And with anything, that when you're doing a Toro, you could put 4, whatever it's 3, 4 leaves in there. But with a Lancero, you can't. So the trick is having the right balance. So you can use the wrapper, you can use the binder. Now it's the filler that's going to be hard. You have to find the right balance and try to play with it. So I would put that on. Hector blended it, and he did an amazing job of balancing it. It's got the fundamental components of the original protocol, but of course it's totally different. But you're smoking the protocol, and it's just really, really nice. Same thing, Ecuadorian Habano scooter wrapper. Nicaraguan Habano binder, and the Ligero. I would say mostly Ligero filler. I'm sure they had to do some stuff in it. I don't know the exact science of it because, Hector's the blender that works with us and picks our brain. And we tell him what we want. He's like a magician. We tell him what he wants, and he casts that spell, and boom, makes a cigar. But it is phenomenal.
Those are going to come in boxes of 10, so we're excited about that. And
yeah, I like the 10-count box.
A little more acceptable to the people.
It's buyer friendly.
Now, is it going to be limited at all, or is this a kind of a regular release, just as a component, like an addition?
It's going to be a regular release. We're not going to make a ton of them in the beginning, just to see how they sell. We should make them because we know we'll smoke them. But
I'll smoke them every day for the rest of my life.
We're going to see how they do. So far, I mean, at our launch party, those got scooped up first. So, and everybody's been posting them. We, like Juan said, we had that.
Logan's got one. Is he going to smoke it?
I'm going to in about 2 seconds. They just arrived, UPS, jerks.
They're at the front door.
They were at the front door.
I went and got them.
Express.
I worked very hard and made that package very nice. So
dude, I will have to. Did you pack it up?
Yes, I packed it up for you.
I've got to say, man, like I've received some good packed packages from manufacturers. I've received some where it's like loose cigars inside a box where it's like jing a jing a jing. Like this thing, I gotta show you. Like I mean, it is like, look at this.
Ooh.
I mean, it's like primed, like it's like a brick of Coke, just perfectly lined, like right there.
Yeah, that looks like some contraband for sure.
I know, dude. I know, it's Juan.
That's how they do it.
Now wait a second. Is that going to be the protocol release number 3, the contraband?
Yeah.
Just dropping it right there. Better go check. Make sure that you can get that because I may have trademarked it already. But it goes along well. Protocol, and then you got the probable cause, and then contraband.
Then you got the misdemeanor,
and the misdemeanor. That's got to be in there too.
We were actually toying with the day of our soft launch party. Me and our other partner, Billy Gattis, we were here at 6:30 in the morning. We made a Cuban-style pig roast, so we put it on at 6:30, and we were there from 6:30 to 2 o'clock when the pig was ready. And that's what we did was talk. We wound up talking about, how the evolution. Thank you. The evolution of the names. Like we got protocols, law enforcement based, and you got probable cause, common terminology within the law of policing. I was like, how about for the next one we just do like other stuff? There's so many common terms that are used in policing and the legal aspect. You got misdemeanor, like you said, felony. You got all kinds of things. We could just pick so many, and it'll keep within our kind of theme we got going on.
We have so much time till August.
Well, I know. I was just about ready to say that is because, unfortunately, you guys, like many, don't have anything, kind of pre, going to be grandfathered in pre-February 15th of 2007. So what can we see from
Are you asking what's the new stuff? Is that what you're doing right now?
I was trying to do it in a much more subtle way, but yes, Rob, that's exactly what I was doing.
I think what you're going to see at the trade show is you're going to see a bunch of cigars on everybody's sheet. People are going to, the trade show's in July. That expiration date is August 8th. So I think people are just going to pack in their cigars, how much they can fit in there and accomplish. And I guess we're going to do the same thing. We've been working on some stuff, and hopefully that'll ride us through for the next 2-3 years. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get an injunction or what. But I'm a little disappointed. I don't really post a lot of negative stuff on Facebook, but really disappointed with that a bigger cigar company hasn't, taken the lead, filing some kind of lawsuit. And it took a little guy to do it. So, it's disappointing. Hey, we're all in it together. We all buy their products, It's
going to affect everybody.
I do understand it. You're going to get rid of a lot of the boutique companies. And, but it's just disappointing,
It's a tough situation because, and we've talked about this, and we don't want to go down that hole. It's kind of a downer, and I'm sure we'll get
point when you're done because I am mad at one individual person. I'm focusing all my rage on one person.
Let's save that for later. But it's tough because you think about, I'll put it in the terms of craft beer, right? And if they start attacking craft beer, which they kind of have, is Budweiser really going to step up and say, well, no, they don't care.
They have no incentive.
They've got incentive to not say something. And I'm not suggesting that's what's happening here. It's just it's tough and it sucks. And Bill, you might be the one person in the world who doesn't post negative stuff on Facebook.
You might be.
You might be like the only guy. Although
Let me tell you something. As soon as this cigar business is over, watch out.
Watch out.
On Facebook.
No, I will. There's this guy I went to high school with, and whenever he posts something, it's always a positive thing. And he posted this video, and like the title was like when you realize that violence isn't the answer, and it was a little kid who had to be, I don't know, 6, and they had a piñata at his birthday, and the piñata was Spider-Man, and so they give him, he's not blindfolded or anything, they just give him a stick to hit the Spider-Man, and he hit it once, and then he put the stick down and he ran over and he hugged it. And it was like the cutest thing you've ever seen. But so it sounds like something, Bill, that would be in your feed because you don't do the negative stuff on Facebook. So you have to look and share that.
Yeah, I try to stay away from it. You know.
It's the warm and fuzzies. Yeah, that's when all hell is.
He has a hard enough time trying to damage control my negative.
Oh my God! And I wake up every morning and I'm getting messages from 50 manufacturers. Did you see what Juan did? You have to correct this problem immediately.
Yeah, I actually kind of get some of the same. I get some of the same with Logan stuff too. I've actually unfriended Juan on Facebook, so I don't.
Rob has had to apologize for me before, and I can be.
No, I have. I've and not lately, but you know,
recently, no.
in the fairly.
Is Logan the Juan in this relationship?
Absolutely.
But Juan is much more friendly. Like Juan, like, and I know this because Juan. I know there's been a person that I know Juan's not super fond of, but like he won't say it like out loud. Or if I don't like you, I will straight up call you a dumbass. Like I don't care. Like, and that's the difference between Juan and I. Or maybe you will. I just haven't heard him say it. But dude, you got me all started on the FDA. I'm going to say my point and I'm done.
All right.
Is that I don't blame General and I don't blame them because if I was in General's shoes, it makes good business sense not to file an injunction or do anything. So even though it sucks, I get it. But who I'm absolutely beyond frustrated, and I'm going to say it and I'll probably get massive crap from it, is the CRA. The CRA is a freaking joke. Where has this money been going that we've been giving to CRA and manufacturing been giving to CRA? And like, although I did go to law school, like I'm not a lawyer, but like maybe there's a strategic reason, like to not maybe have a manufacturer versus an organization file the lawsuit. I mean, maybe there is. I don't really know. But from my understanding, they weren't really involved, and they're not necessarily funding it. So where's the money going? Like, why? Like, I just don't get it. Like, the fact that they think, oh, let's go sign a freaking petition, or hey, let's go march on Washington, all this crap. Like, no. Like, pony up the dough. The money is what we need. And where's the money? That's all I got to say is where's the money? Where's the beef? I don't see the beef.
I hear you. And
where's the beef, Rob?
This is a fine beer I'm drinking, by the way.
See, there you go. Exactly. Exactly, Juan. That's what I'm talking about, Doc.
Yeah. I'm going to jump into some of these audience questions here.
Please do.
Is anybody watching besides the two guys we got?
There's people watching, and there's actually a ton of audience questions that
come on, real quick.
we've ignored.
There's about
Kevin. They're in the studio audience. This is Kevin.
Kevin, how you doing?
This is Kevin. Kevin, come down a little bit. Right.
You're too tall.
That's Kevin?
You can never confuse them, Kevin and Kevin.
Oh, they're both okay. Well, that's good. I'm not going to forget anybody's name.
Double Kevin.
You got the Kevins are in the house. That's good.
And this is what we're all about, you know, friendship, and you know, this company more than anything was born of social media. And you know, me, I've been doing cigar social media now on a personal, you know, individual level for over 7 years. Bill's been doing it for about 4 or 5, and this is how it started. Just two guys enjoying cigars, the love of this stick, and passion of it, and loving the passion, and you know, and the opportunity to make a cigar presented itself, and we jumped on it, and now we got this going on. So I try not to think about it too much. I did a video on this Facebook page called Hoochly. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Is that the Carolyn Beltran lady?
Yes, Carolina. Shout out to Carolina. But yeah, they like to do these videos, and this guy David Papp, one of the admins, kept bothering me, do a video. Finally, one day I did a video, and it's supposed to be, you know, me being, everybody does fun video. Hey, how you guys doing? And it turned into a depressing thing, and about the FDA. caught me at that moment. I'm like, oh, I'm so depressed. It was terrible.
And you haven't been invited back?
Hey, it happens, man.
Because what I've seen of that website is they like to celebrate things.
Yes.
They're celebrating cigars, celebrating beauty. I think is how I'll put it. But if you haven't checked out, you should check it out. I know they've done some interviews with Steve Saka and things like that. And
with us, we did an interview. Saka, they're doing really good things. Their website's pretty nice, and their Facebook community's pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun. It's very different. It's not your typical Facebook page. Guys go on there, act like themselves, and nobody breaks. It's pretty good.
Nice. That's good to hear. I'm going to go through some of these audience questions here because we've got, about 25 minutes left?
No, 22 and a half minutes.
There we go. I was close.
Yeah. Hold on. Logan, what are your thoughts? You're about at least 5 puffs in.
I'm getting her going. I mean, I feel like it's a lot more concentrated than, and I don't mean in a bad way, but like, I'm trying to think of a way to kind of like phrase it here, where it, like the flavors were kind of, I'm going to sound like a total dirtfoot hippie here, but kind of like flowy, right? Like they all kind of melded together and everything kind of mixed together. Where this is more like I'm getting like the pepper, I'm getting kind of the green chili, I'm getting kind of the Habano spice, but it's like kind of just bow. And I don't know if that's the Vitola or the way the leaves are packed, and I don't know, but so far, yeah.
Good. All right, I'll take it.
Okay, so we can jump into some of these questions, and we've got a bunch of questions. I'll just point out I've been pairing this protocol. First, I started out with a Zonker Stout from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This is a Snake River Zonker Stout. This is a really good beer.
This is a Zonker right here. Look at his nose.
That's I'm not sure. They've got like a fishing lure on here. Maybe that's what the Zonker is. I have no idea. But anyway, it's a damn good beer. And then I went with another favorite of mine, the Hot Box Coffee Porter from Oscar Blues. How much
are you drinking, dog?
Well, I started with the Zonker.
6 beers.
Well, no, that's just 2. I started with the Zonker, and it's gone now. Okay. So I moved on to the Hot Box, which is right here. I mean, I just started it.
Okay, well, let me ask the 2 officers. Would Rob blow above the legal limit at this point?
Would Rob blow above what?
The legal limit. Not guys, but above the legal limit.
Easy.
Come on, Juan.
It's a family show, guys.
Hey, man. What you do with your mouth off air, Rob, is none of our...
Easy, fellas. So we've got the... no, these aren't really high. This... The Zonker Stout is...
trying to justify it.
No, I'm not. The Zonker Stout is 6% alcohol, and the Porter is 6.5.
Everybody with a problem always try to justify it.
Oh, please. You guys are crazy.
I'm just giving you crap, Rob.
You guys are crazy. I just like... say that again?
I said, we're giving you crap, too. We love you.
Yeah, but the beer you're drinking is probably stronger than what I'm drinking.
It's a flat tire. Can everybody see that?
Fat tire.
I'm 5.2.
5.2.
Oh, actually, no, you're good. 5.2. That's a good. It's an amber ale, I believe, and it's quite tasty. New Belgium makes some really good beers, actually.
Yeah.
So on that note, Dave would like to know
the Muffin Man.
That is
the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
Dave would like to know what's your favorite drink to pair with your cigars. Now we know that you guys love Zacapa. We've heard the story. We know all about it. Zacapa XO. No less.
My favorite. That's my number one.
You guys don't mess around with just the regular Zacapa that's only like $60 a bottle. You got to go for the XO. You don't screw around. So I've actually never had Zacapa XO.
Oh, I'm gonna try to get a bottle for Vegas and we sit down.
So the show starts on Monday or Sunday. Monday morning. Boom. I know first place we're going.
Breakfast.
It'll warm me up for the rest of the day. Right? That's
you have to be warmed up. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like 120. But it's a dry heat. It
is a dry heat. It's more of a theoretical warming. Anyway,
that's just true.
So what do you guys like to pair with your cigars? I mean, I went through my pairings. These 2 dark beers. I know we've featured Protocol. I believe we either have featured it or we're going to feature it on our pairing show. We've done like 80 of them, so it's hard for me to remember. But what do you guys like to pair with it?
If it's not Rosa Zacapa XO, I personally like port wine.
Mm-hmm.
Port wine really smooths everything out. I think you could smoke anything with Juan. I just love it. And I think the some of the strong, bold flavors and the protocol pairs very well with the sweetness of a port wine. And port wine has the wine and brandy, and it's just so good. That's what I like. What about you, Billy?
It pairs well with a bacon double cheeseburger.
I thought you didn't eat fast food. Come on, you guys have been lying to me this whole time.
I'm a beer guy. I'm like you. I'm total beer guy. I will, we do like Zacapa. So I drink every Zacapa. But besides that, I haven't really gotten into the spirits too much. I'm just a craft beer guy.
So, like, what of a craft beer? Like, what do you like? I mean,
has been my go-to for a while, and I'm starting to get into a lot of the New Belgium stuff, and I really enjoy it a lot. Wintertime, I'm a big Guinness guy, so I'll drink that, and pretty much, beers here and there, but not really too much into the hard spirits.
Yeah, New Belgium does some really cool stuff, actually. I mean, they hit all the gamuts from IPAs all the way down to, like a double chocolate stout. I mean, they do some really, really cool stuff.
A week ago, they actually make a watermelon. It's cool, crazy.
Yeah, it's a watermelon lime.
Yeah, right? It's disgusting. When you drink it, it's like, wow. Like, I threw down like 6 of them, like going up.
Now, if you guys like IPAs, and that's more hop forward, try their Citradelic, something like that. It's a tangerine IPA, and I think that they may have frozen up on us, Logan. So, I know you don't really do much pairing though, do you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Man.
I think they froze, so we're gonna vamp for a little bit.
I'm a purist, man.
Like, they're there. They're back.
I'm a purist. Like,
you like
if
the
I'm
tea.
actually smoking, well, yeah, either tea or because I do smoke a lot of cigars during the day because I work from home. So I'll pound the sweet tea just so I'm not like nicotined up, like scratching my neck. But other than that,
chunky. So we got another one. Got another one here from Trip. Trip Waldrop. And I'm actually, the wife and I just booked a trip to Portland in August, so we're gonna go up there, and hopefully I get to hang out with Trip.
Dude, you can go hang out with Charlie, bro.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I see Charlie's face. I've heard he actually has a face. That'd be weird. Anyway, yeah. No, Southwest dude was having this crazy deal. My wife and I flew up, are getting round trip tickets to Portland for $160.
Wow.
For both of us, all told. It's crazy.
Might as well be free.
Say that again?
I said it might as well be free.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I could it would be more expensive to walk.
For $160 at a Newark airport, there's chickens on the plane, they're doing
No, that's snakes on a plane. They got the snakes on there too. Okay, so Trip's question says there's a ton of, and I like this question because there's a ton of different cigars coming out of La Zona, and there's some really, really good cigars coming out of La Zona. That sarsaparilla that they made for the dojo, forget about it. That cigar was fantastic.
And with a year on, it's even better. You smoked it with a year of age, more than...
I've got, I ended up I bought 2 bundles, and I've still got a bundle that I haven't opened yet.
You gotta try so much better with a year on. Oh,
I love that cigar. That is a fantastic blend. They want to know, what's your favorite La Zona stick that you guys had no influence on the blend?
Okay. La Zona. I'm gonna go for actually Espinosa cigars, and I'm gonna give you a La Zona one. So as far as Espinosa cigars go, my favorite, hands down, is the L'Orange Reserva Caixa.
Mm-hmm. You mean the Crixus?
Crixus Caixa. I don't know. Everybody got a different way of saying it. It's right here. See?
Boom.
L'Orange Reserve, Caixa, Caixa.
Everybody loves that cigar. I just cannot get on it.
That's a really, really good cigar, dude.
No, I don't think so.
It's awesome.
I love it. And then as far as the La Zona family goes, there's so much good stuff he's making for little guys. But I'd say, aside from Protocol, definitely the Jugada Prieto from Ruiz. Really good.
Huh?
Really? Yeah, you don't like the Prieto?
Nah, that's junk. Dude, I'm told. Fat Boy Slim that cigar sucks, and then they made the Habano for me, or at least that's the story they told me.
That's the story that they told you, and and if you believe that, I've got some bridges I can sell you.
Hey man,
no, that Prieto, and I have a feeling that
we talk about San Andreas gone wrong.
No. I disagree with you wholeheartedly, dude.
I had about 2 years on it. It was fucking. I thought it was. Excuse me. Sorry, my language. I had one with about 2 years on today. I smoked it today. I thought it was phenomenal.
It's a good cigar.
Yeah.
No. Hey, that just goes to show you different palates for different people. You know.
Bill, you answered the question too.
I like out of Moira Ruiz. I like the Chinese finger trap.
There you go. See, you guys are hitting on all. You're hitting on all cylinders. We're right here. We're like this.
And I do go to the Kaisha a lot too. I thought that was his. Out of all the blends that he's made for himself, I thought that was the home run. That was an amazing cigar.
I think the Larange took Espinosa cigars to the next level.
Absolutely.
And the Kaisha just took it one notch up.
Absolutely, I would agree with that completely. Now, one cigar that I'll throw out that we didn't mention is the it came out last year, and I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it had the copper on the band, the Espinosa, and it had the copper.
That's the special.
The Special. Yeah, that was a really good cigar too. I like that one a lot.
That's good.
What about you, Logan? What's your favorite stuff coming out of La Zona?
Oh man, I'm so tough on people.
Well, you like the La Jugada Habano.
Yeah, the protocol was really good. Obviously, it's probably number one. The Moira Ruiz La Jugada Habano was very good. And then I'll occasionally smoke an Arandoza Red.
That's good.
That's a pretty good cigar too.
That's a very under the radar, but very good cigar.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
But yeah, like the Kaisha and the Prieto, the finger trap was good. But the rest of the stuff doesn't really hit my palate.
What about the Arandoza Defcon? I never smoked that.
I haven't smoked that.
That was their release last year.
I think it was all in Donkey D sizes too. Like it was like 560, 660. I think.
Yeah, it was. Well,
I'm not sure about that, but
I know I got a couple samples. I haven't gotten around to smoking them yet, but I'm curious about that one. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll through some more of these.
What I've heard good things about is that new Cornelius and Anthony, the Daddy Mac, the one that Espinosa makes. I heard that. I have not tried it, but I've heard a lot of people say it's a good cigar.
Interesting. I keep seeing those around, and I know Seth did a review of one of the Cornelius Anthony cigars. I'm not sure which one.
Daddy Mac, I think, is the one that Eric made.
Okay, interesting. We'll have to look for that one too.
He makes a lot of little stuff for a lot of people. Like he did some store stuff that's pretty phenomenal. You know.
Ooh, the Alibi. I smoked that the other day. Like I was digging through my humidor, and I found an Alibi heater. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's under the radar. Oh, it's only for Espinosa lounges.
There's an Espinosa lounge right down. That's the lounge that I go to, right down the street from me, in Walnut Creek, called Casa Bellicoso. And it's one of the. I think there's only like 5 or 6, so I'm lucky enough to have one that's close to me here. Let me see. All right, so Jason Myers has a question. Jason always asks questions. I say that every week.
You say it every week, and it gets...
Well, because he always asks good questions, and he's bringing us back. You know, like I feel like Jason knows that we're gonna get on a tangent, go down the rabbit hole, and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff, and he brings us back so we can talk about what we're here to talk about. And he wants to know. He says, "Did you set out to make the Probable Cause, which is your upcoming release, with a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper, or did you consider others?"
When we had it and we told them what we wanted.
The first release?
No, this was Probable Cause.
The Probable Cause.
Okay. So we told them what we wanted, what we envisioned. He sent us 2, one with a Connecticut broadleaf and the other one was with the Mexican San Andreas. And because I'm such a huge sucker for Mexican San Andreas, I off the bat, without even trying it, I was like, I hope this is great because that's what I really want. I want to come out with a nice Mexican San Andreas. And then when we smoked it, it was phenomenal, and I really fell in love with it. And I just love Mexican San Andreas.
Juan wanted to use the San Andreas to begin with, but we didn't.
Yes.
And so there was no time with us to. I'm a big San Andreas guy. I loved when Ortega came out with the Series D.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Changed the game.
That's a good cigar.
game changer.
Eddie Ortega.
Those,
Shout out to Eddie.
if you have those aged too right now, it's phenomenal.
They're smoking like heaven right now.
Is that cigar still available?
Yeah, you can still find it.
You can still find it. I've got a box before they started putting cello on them, which is like the first release.
Yeah.
I got about 10 of them, and
That's
I smoked one the other day, and I was like, about to shed a tear, man.
You know what's phenomenal if you can find it, and some places still have them. They're not, of course, they're not manufacturing it, but you can find the original Murciélago by E&O. I don't know if you guys. I found the box.
I got one.
Oh, have you smoked it, Logan?
No, it's one of those, where I've got it, and I don't want to smoke it because I know I'll never find another one again.
Which cigar are we talking about? From EO,
the
which one?
original EO brands, like the Murciélago. The original.
Oh, yeah.
That thing smokes like, if you're going to die, and you know you're going to die in an hour, that's like the last cigar you want to smoke.
Seriously, I might have to smoke it.
I think, I know Atlantic Cigar had them for a while. I don't know if they still do.
I got a few, Logan. You smoke it, I'll replace the one you smoke.
Done.
All
I'll
right.
smoke it tomorrow then. Thank you.
He'll make sure he packages that one cigar in a big
Dude,
box.
hey, man, Juan, I got to tell you, man, if the cigar biz doesn't work out and you need some extra income, you're in New Jersey, I could get you in at the warehouse, dog. I would gladly hire you over
Hook you up.
the Sam person we currently have, because your pack job,
Funny story about a packaging job. Now that you mentioned it, so we know the guy's name, but we package stuff, and I like, me personally, I like to use paper towels as packaging material. I don't really like the bubble wrap. The bubble wraps are good, but I try to keep it, eco-friendly. So like the peanuts are terrible because they're not biodegradable. But a napkin, these big long paper towels.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I wrapped the stuff in the paper towels, and he said as he's opening his box, he's like, "Wow, this is so great." All of a sudden, his son spills over his cup of juice, and he looked around and he took out all the paper towel and like sucked up all the water.
That's awesome.
So he had the package that you sent him and some brawny, so it hooked him up. We've got just a couple minutes left. I want to kind of blast through some questions. This one's from Brad. Oh, Brad, I'm going to jack your last name up. Well, no, I'm not. Wiedenhammer. Brad Wiedenhammer. And Brad would like to know, he says, how hard is it to get a bottle of Woodford Reserve and a cheeseburger now that you guys are big-time brand owners? Yeah, there's definitely a story behind that, and I feel like we're going to get into it in the After Dark segment. I just felt like that was a question that needed to be asked.
Wow, Brad, good one.
So Dave K wants to say, he says, I see from your website that you're both you're former policemen?
No, current. I have
Current.
when I'm out.
Okay, and he just wanted to thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody appreciates me.
Yeah, that's from Dave. Dave wanted to thank you. Dave K. I wanted to thank you for your service. And let's see. There's a question here that I scrolled through, and I want to go back to it. Hold on. And there's another one from Jason Myers. I feel like this would be a good way to end the show. What has been the most fun or interesting thing that you've been able to do as a cigar brand owner? One of those moments where it really felt like all that hard work has paid off. And you can't say being on Cigar Chat because, we already know that that's probably the answer.
That's a cop-out answer.
But it's obvious. So maybe the second most interesting or fun thing.
I think for me, it was the IPCPR last year because I was going for years with a retail shop that I was helping buy for, and finally being there and selling our own cigar and people being excited for it, it was like, wow. It was kind of like, you were at the Super Bowl of cigars, and we made it there, and we didn't know how much we were going to sell, and we had a certain limit that we wanted to hit, and we hit it, and we bypassed it, and it was like, wow, this is really cool, And this year too, so this year we have, last year Espinosa was kind, and he shared some booth space with us, and then this year we'll be with the brands, the Zona brands. We have our own booth, so it's kind of like a big deal, and super excited about at least having our own booth, and it's just cool, looking back to the first time I went was in Orlando, and finally we're back in Vegas, and we have our own booth, and I'm excited about it.
I'm the same exact thing. The IPCPR last year. I went the year before in Vegas, and I was actually working the Eddie Ortega booth, helping Eddie out, which was phenomenal. And thank you, Eddie. He reached out to me with Juan, I need some help. You want to come to the booth and blah, blah, blah. And he took care of me, and I went over there. And that was an amazing experience from a consumer to go to that and see that side of it, something that's only for manufacturers and shop owners and media guys like you. It was incredible to see, and that was amazing. But last year, it was just like being in heaven. It's like we have our own, it was a shelf space about that big. Eric gave us a shelf space, and it was within his own booth, as you guys remember seeing it. You can see how you guys did. That was so amazing. It was just like a spiritual experience, like a dream come true for both of us. This is something, so many guys out there would love and dream about coming out with their own cigars, and we did it. And then we go to the trade show, and I think we opened up like 30 accounts, which I thought was good. But a lot of guys tell me, "You crazy?" Like some young guys come out here, they don't open up not even 5, and they opened up 30, and it was just magical from beginning to end.
Because in the beginning we were standing there when the show opened up, and everything we do is social media driven, and we don't advertise with anybody. We're just too small. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, I know the guys in the shop smoke our stuff and they like it, but I don't know if these owners even know who we are, and it turned out that it was a great experience, and they did, and we picked up some good accounts, so we appreciate that.
So I know you guys, and this is probably the last question because we've got about a minute
30
left.
seconds.
Do you guys remember your first sale?
Yes.
Who was it, and how much was it for?
Don't ask that question.
Oh, too much information. Okay. No, it
was Cigar Emporium in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Richard Yanuzzi was our first sale, and I think it was like 10 boxes, something like that. That was our first sale.
It wasn't $25,000?
No.
What?
Story for another time. So we're right up against it. Juan and Bill, thanks so much, man. Fun hanging out with you guys as always. Looking forward to seeing you in July. We're like 6 weeks away, so it's kind of scary.
Oh my God!
But
so
we'll definitely come check you guys out and hang out with you guys for a bit.
Breakfast sandwich before you come, so you're all prepared.
Oh, absolutely. Big breakfast. That's the one thing that we do right every time we go to IPCPR is the breakfast. We always get a good breakfast, and that's because you're on your feet running around all day. Who knows when you're going to eat? And you never know when you're going to be drinking some Zacapa XO. It could be like 9:30 in the morning. Who knows? And there's no rule against it as far as I know. So, so we're gonna stick with that. Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in on the Armed Forces Radio Network. I say this all the time. You guys are built to do something that I'm not built to do. So I have nothing but appreciation for what you guys do for us and keep us safe and fight for our country around the world. Appreciate it. I hope you guys are able to enjoy some time with us. We will be back next week. Surprise guest next week, and you guys will hear all about it next Thursday.
Do we actually have a guest?
Thanks for tuning in.
We don't have a guest, do we?
We'll see you guys next week. and you can find us on CigarFederation.com. Everybody have a great weekend and stay safe.
We don't have a guest, you fuckstick, do we?
We do not have. Well, I've got it's been a busy time, man. I've been running around and all this. We've got 6 episodes until IPCPR. By the way, guys, we're still live, and we're still on our podcast, so people can still hear what you have to say. But you can stay shit, bitch, cock, balls, whatever the fuck you want at this point, because we've got the explicit rating on iTunes, so we might as well earn it, right?
Fucking shit.
Fucking A, right? I mean, what the hell?
It's my favorite term.
Say that again?
Ball bag. You like ball bag? That's a good term. You should start using it.
Ball bag?
Fucking ball bag?
Yeah.
That is kind of good.
An East Coast thing, like, this guy's a ball bag.
I like that.
Dude, I'm going to start using that.
I like that. Logan, you are a fucking ball bag, dude.
That's probably true, man.
Oh, man. You are just, I mean, and the knot. I always like the knot.
Dude, that shit.
Shout out to Eric with the knot. That's one of the best.
John dropped that on me when we did a pairing show. We had a pre-recorded pairing show on Monday because I had a baseball game yesterday. Although, funny story, which nobody's going to care about except for me, I went to the Giants game yesterday. I work for the Giants. I run the scoreboard. And so I show up at the ballpark. I've been doing this since 2006. So this is my 11th season. Not once has this happened to me before. I show up, and there's a jacket on my chair. And I think, okay, well, whatever. Some intern or something was sitting there, so I put my jacket down, and I go into the press lounge and I get something to eat. They had their bolognese, which is their bolognese sauce is good. So I went and I had some pasta, and I'm sitting down, and the guy who's my backup comes in, and he sits down, and he's a cool guy, but he does a couple other things. And he looks at me, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I said, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he looked, but he had like a stone cold look on his face, and it was quiet for a few seconds. I'm like, "Don't fuck with me." He's like, "You're not scheduled to be here tonight. You asked me to cover for you, and so I'm here."
You just got
sure,
traded to the Mets.
yeah, I got traded. That's funny. I got traded to the Mets. No, I got traded to the Padres. That'd be even worse. But for the first time in my career with the Giants, I showed up at a game that I wasn't scheduled for.
Wow.
That just shows how dedicated you are, Rob.
Well, so I showed up. I paid for parking because I have to pay a couple bucks to park, and I bought dinner. And then I was like, "Well, fuck it."
You remember asking him to cover your shift?
What's that?
You remember asking him to cover your shift?
No, but there's an actual schedule. See, it's weird. Like, there's a schedule, and the way it works is for my position is a little bit different than everybody else's. They just schedule me for every game. And if I need somebody to cover for me, it's my job to find somebody to fill it, which has been fine. And I would never have somebody cover me on a normal, like a regular Wednesday. But I pulled up the schedule, and sure enough, he was on it. So for some reason, at some point, I must have said, "Hey, Matt, can you cover this game?" But I just had no idea.
Been sent to Dominican 1A ball.
Yeah, no, yeah, I got demoted, right? I got DFA'd. They've got I got DFA'd. They got 10 days to trade me or release me, man. It's terrible. Hopefully somebody picks up my salary. But what was it? Was there a reason that I brought that up?
No, I don't think so.
I was talking about something before that.
You're talking about your dude. I don't even fucking know. I kind of.
Okay. So the knot. So we're recording. Yeah. We're pre-recording a sharing our pairings show on Monday at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm making cocktails because it was a cocktail show. So I've got 3 cocktails in front of me at 2:30 on a Monday, and I'm thinking, wow, this probably isn't healthy. But we're doing the show, and I told John, I was like, yeah, it's like 100 degrees. He's like, and just real quick, he's like, oh, you got to watch out for the knot, and I just lost it. Like I was not ready for that, and I mean, John's the host of that show, but I need to hold my shit together, and I couldn't. I completely lost it. He had to cut out like 5 minutes of that show because
that was the best interview from the show last night.
It was fucking awesome.
And the thing is, you can never do it again.
Yeah.
No, it was totally Eric's idea.
And no, and it wasn't. That's the thing that made it so good. It was that it wasn't pre-planned. Eric literally was just like, okay, I'm gonna be you. Let's go. And then he just starts fucking. We just start talking. And it just works because Eric's fucking goofy as fuck. I'm goofy as fuck. It just works. But if we try to do it again, we couldn't top it.
That's somebody I should reach out to get on the show before IPCPR have Eric on. We haven't had him on.
Dude.
We haven't had him on in about a year.
I want to do a preview of the show with Eric. It'll be bro.
Okay, bro. Yeah, bro. What's up, bro?
Listen to me, bro.
I was always so fascinated with how did him and Eddie Ortega work together for so long.
I asked him. I go, I don't know. Me and Juan.
Dude, because they're so different, both of them.
No, you guys are different, but I don't know. Juan, you're a bit more outgoing, and yeah, it just feels like it fits.
I'm just trying to reserve myself so I can get a job after.
Yeah.
I have to go back to all these interviews and be like, this guy's a trainer.
Yeah, well, just let us know when you have interviews. We'll hide all those episodes. It's fine. It's not a problem. No, and it works. I mean, like Logan, you're more gregarious. I think would be a good term for
Dude,
you.
I'm charismatic as fuck, dog.
And I'm a bit more reserved. I kind of keep things in line and try to keep things moving. And
yeah.
It works.
I hit Juan under the table. You're like,
I must have got hit like 3 times
shut the fuck up
during this interview.
No, that's the good thing about Logan. He's a couple thousand miles away, so he can't hit me.
And you don't want to hit me under the table unless you want to get a handful of ball sack.
Yeah.
I do like watching you guys, and you're trying to rein him in. He's still going, and you're reining.
Oh, you can't stop me. You can't stop me.
But see, that's the thing. When people are watching, they can't see those small cameras that are at the bottom. It's just us, and you can see like when Logan's talking, I'm like I'm trying to jump in. And you
I don't even look. I just keep talking.
No, yeah, you just power through it. But that's all right. Let me see if we've got...
Logan, you should grow a nice mustache, and you can be the Juan of that organization.
Dude, I can't grow as sexy of a mustache as Juan, though. Juan is doing it upright. Like, now, if we were doing neck beards, I'd fucking rape all of you.
The sideburns are big thing.
He's like the Puerto Rican
See,
Elvis.
the
Puerto Rican
The
Elvis.
Puerto Rican Elvis. Oh man, that is too much.
I hate my chops and I hate my flavor saver. But that's one. That's
You just stop screwing around and go with the full beard, man. Stop messing around and just do it.
You know why I can't do it? Number one,
do it.
Number two is over here in these two spots is bald, so I can never connect. See, like yours connect. I don't know why it doesn't grow over here.
No, but you have to get through that part because I've got a couple of spots where but you just got to let it get long enough to where it covers through and it gets luscious like this. You got to have the lusciousness.
You put beard oil on that thing.
Oh yeah, you got to oil it up because otherwise you. No, I'm telling you, if you don't use beard oil, you get flakes and the skin gets nasty underneath.
Dog, I've never used beard oil and look at my fucking shit.
And you don't have anything.
I shaved it off because it's hot as fuck here.
And you have to keep it.
Mexican cousin has got like the whiskers over here.
You got to keep it clean, man. You got to shampoo
Peter
and get
Griffin.
You got no. Well, he had birds.
Awesome.
And they were.
The best beard in the industry. Let's think. Who? The guy from Warped.
Yeah, Kyle from Warped has a good beard.
Bun and beard.
What about Chris and Kyle from Ezra Zion? They still got beards going, right?
But they're not really beards. They're more like goatees.
Like, last time I saw Kyle from Ezra Zion, he had like the serious shit happening.
Like his beard was the size of his face.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was coming down to like.
It was a pretty epic beard.
It was down to like this, and it was. I mean, that's major shit.
Two friends that have beards like that. They're about ZZ Top.
Yeah. That's
like Duck Dynasty shit, man.
Steve Saka's got the Santa Claus beard going on.
Who's that?
Steve Saka.
Yeah. He's got it. Steve Saka's got that going.
It's not for Steve Saka, except his beard's black. You see?
Yeah, whoa. You're like a younger Steve Saka. That's kind of creepy.
Man, a little bit.
Oh, I feel a meme coming on. I feel a meme coming on, a before and after type situation. So we've got a bunch of giveaways that were very carefully packed in Brawny, the quicker picker upper. As far as questions, I've got two winners, and I'm sad to say.
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, you can pick your winners, but let's get the hopper going and have everyone email me so we can get these fuckers trickling in.
Well, let me tell the two winners who they are, so they don't have to email you. Well, they'll still have to email you.
Well, they'll still have to email.
Trip asked some really good questions, and it's funny. I was talking to Trip on Member Herf the other day. And I asked the guys who were on there, I was like, honestly, like, how often do you guys win? Because, I mean, we keep humidors pretty well stuffed. And Trip was like, if I win a couple of times, then I just kind of back off and let somebody else win. And I thought that was really cool that he said that. So that's not why he...
Trip's a stand-up fucking guy.
He's a good dude. And that's not why he won. He asked a really good question that we asked. He asked a couple that we didn't even get to. But so Trip is a winner. And again, Jason Myers always asks really good questions. So... Those are the two winners that I have selected.
Now, who was the other one?
Trip and Jason Myers.
He wins every motherfucking week.
He asks really good questions every week.
I'm just fucking saying, man.
That's all. I mean, I can only do so much. So so tell everybody what they have to do.
I like the
email me. Well, go ahead, Juan. Were you gonna say something?
I like the Wilford Reserve question too. That was good too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who was that? That was Brett
Wickermike. Werfemizer, whatever you said.
Brad something. It was Brad, right?
Yeah, Brad like Winkelhauser or something.
Winkin business or
like Winklevoss from Facebook thing.
Okay, Brad. Okay, so Brad won too.
Nice.
Email me if you win, and I'll select a bunch of other winners. We have 60 cigars. Logan at Cigar Federation, but this one's going to be special, so you got to pay attention. Logan at CigarFederation.com. Protocol Cigars, and Cubariqueño in the subject line.
Has to be spelled right.
Has to be spelled just like I fucking said it, or automatic disqualification. Your full name, shipping address, a statement certifying that you're above the smoking age in your jurisdiction to buy tobacco products, and the winner will be chosen on if you were going to give a name to Juan's I wouldn't call it a beard. I'd call it more the raper stash. What would you call it, and why?
That's
Winners will be chosen.
I call it the Puerto Rican Ron Jeremy.
boom.
Kinda though, bro.
Winner.
Actually, kinda.
Winner.
I'll be sending you guys a 10-pack back. No problem.
Winner. All right. Okay, so
We'll
and Logan, are you going to reach out to those winners directly, or just if you get something, you get something?
What the fuck does that mean?
Like, are you going to reach out and say, "Hey, you won"? So I'm going to
Motherfucker, they need to be watching the goddamn show.
Okay, there you
Like,
go.
no, but those two, that if I know your address and you pick them, then I'm a nice guy. I'll ship your shit. But Winklevoss over there, I don't know his shit. He needs to fucking email me.
He's in Sinking Hole, Pennsylvania.
I don't know where the fuck he lives.
Winklevoss.
He used to be put up on a rock and just see where it lands. You know, I don't fucking know.
Well, Brad, you've definitely earned this because we've given you some
I've been
shit,
talking
so.
shit about your name. And please tell me how to pronounce it.
I'm waiting for him to pop in with another comment here because comments still pop up. I'll point this out. Dave K, we didn't pick you as a winner, but you did ask a lot of questions. He wants to comment on my T-shirt that he's kind of digging the Jason T-shirt. So there you go. That's that. And I got that from popuptees.com. So check those guys out. But anyway.
Anybody about your Chewbacca in the back with the nice outfit in the back over there? You got a Chewbacca portrait in the back. Is that Chewbacca like in the 1920s?
Oh yeah, that was actually, those are a gift that I got for Christmas. And they're like dress. There's Chewbacca, there's Darth Vader there, and that's Darth Vader right there. And then the other one is C-3PO. He's in a suit.
Oh,
R2-D2 has kind of like a pimp hat thing happening. Wow. And I've got it.
Juan has
I'm a big nerd.
Spider-Man pajamas that he goes.
Wait a second. Are they underoos?
Yes. I have the Robin underoos.
Underoos that are like this big.
You got see, I've been looking for Spider-Man underoos since I was 12, man. I had those when I was a kid, and I used to run around in those things all the time.
I used to have the Aquaman and the Robin.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
The yellow and the Robin, that was so cool.
The Aquaman ones were like the bright green and orange.
Yes, I had those.
I can imagine little Juan running around in some bright green and orange underoos. That's kind of scary.
I kind of like to not think about that.
I need a new mental image. Oh man. Okay, wait. I've got it. Today was Kate Upton's birthday.
Dude.
Okay, we're all good. Moving forward.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Kate Upton is, go ahead and Google her.
Just go Google that shit, man.
Yeah, and thank me later. So we've got some more questions here. Let me see if there's anything in here that's worth asking. No offense to folks who sent in questions that I didn't ask. Okay, I'm gonna just because I'm curious to see what the answers would be. This one's from Harley Holmes. Steve would like to know, when is the best time to smoke a cigar?
Morning time for me.
Fresh palate.
Fresh palate, cup of coffee, first thing in the morning. There's nothing better than that.
Any given time of any given day.
Right?
That's what I would
like when's a good time to breathe?
Right.
Yeah. And when's a good time to take a shit? When you gotta take a shit, man. Right? When you want to smoke, good time to smoke.
When the feeling hits you.
I've been recorded smoking, sleeping. I was at the Jewish State Barns, what's it called? The Jewish State Barn Smoker last year in Connecticut. And I had just did like a midnight shift. I was tired. I just sat there and sat down with a liquor provider in my mouth and I actually fell asleep. And they recorded me puffing in my sleep.
Dude, he looks like the Puerto Rican version of Weekend at Bernie's.
It's the weekend at Juan's. I love it.
Weekend at Juan's. Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Now, just for those of you listening, quick little disclaimer: Cigar Federation does not endorse smoking cigars while you are asleep.
Yeah, especially when you're in.
Someone's house is going to burn down tonight.
That is actually frowned upon. We frown upon that. So, just for that.
Are you going to ask me the question?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Logan. What's a good time to smoke a cigar?
You
said when you feel like you need to take a shit.
But I got a scientific answer for this.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to smoke whenever, it doesn't matter. But if you, in my humble opinion, is that the best time to smoke when you're trying to like smoke a test blend or you're trying to like really focus on a cigar is smoke a Connecticut first in the morning, kind of warm your palate up, then smoke what you want to smoke. Because I, personally for me, is that first cigar is kind of like modeled sometimes because you're still waking up or whatever, you're not quite awake. Smoke that first one, kind of set the stage, and then smoke.
So for me, and I'm going to go back to IPCPR, because we tend to smoke a lot of cigars at IPCPR. But by noon, your palate's pretty wrecked. But for me, the best time, we get the nice big breakfast. I like biscuits and gravy myself. And you always have finish that off with I save like half a cup of coffee for the end. Finish that off with a cup of coffee, have a little bit of water, and then I jump in with my cigar. That first cigar when I hit the show floor is always the best cigar of the day. That's for me. Question here.
Juan, you know what we'd call your beard? An asshole with dentures, because that's what you look like.
Whose is that?
That's fucking Uncle Shooter, man.
The Shooter's big. The big Shooter's
big
for the
fucking shoots.
Shooter for the win. That's awesome. Okay, so I've had this question up for a few minutes. I have to ask it now. Another one from Dave K. He says, "I can't." I'll paraphrase his question here. He lives in Florida and he can't find many retailers in his area that carry your cigars. He says they look delicious. He loves a good Lancero. Any idea when and where you will be expanding the locations you offer in Florida?
Right now in Florida, they're available in Miami at El Galan Cigars. They're available at Caribbean Cigars. In Tampa at the Fusion Lounge. And, you know, it's kind of like we've been managing what we have. So if you guys like it so much, tell the retailers and tell them to come to the show. And that's pretty much the easiest way to do it. You know,
There's one more floor that we just recently opened up. I can't remember the name.
What?
He said Juan said there's one more in Florida that they're missing and they can't.
Well,
So-
while he's thinking of it, and
Yeah.
shameless plug, if your local tobacconist is not smart enough to pick up one of the greatest cigars ever made, aka the Protocol, you could find them at your local online tobacconist. CigarFederation.com carries them in droves. Just
Saying. And actually, they
ship
have
it to your
Lancero.
door. Ship it to your door. You don't even have to show up.
And now we can't guarantee that they will be wrapped in.
No, it will not be wrapped in toilet paper. It's
it-
definitely packing peanuts. But the handwritten note that comes with it,
It's priceless.
impeccable.
Priceless.
Best handwriting ever.
That's great penmanship. That is. That's awesome. So let's see. Scrolling through here. Risty Buck. I feel like
That's that fucking guy
Yes.
that made the cigar. What the fuck? The
Yes,
shoot,
okay.
crawl, crawl, or whatever the fuck it is.
the what?
I haven't
It's a
smoked
kung fu move. It's a kung fu move. JS when you say it like je sais quoi.
It's not just a quad. It's not
I don't.
French.
I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening right now. What just
No,
happened?
it's the guy that fucking
Guy.
has a beard that's from like Denmark or some shit.
Well,
And
anyway, he was.
Oh, I'm fucking telling you, at fucking Guayacon and shit. And he's the guy that caused the ruckus when Drew Estate got fucking bought by Swish or whatever, ripped the fucking Liga Privadas and put him in the toilet and got massive shit for it.
That's the
And
guy.
then someone tore up his cigar and put it in the toilet, and it was fucking awesome.
Well,
Sorry,
anyway,
Rusty Buck.
he
I
was.
thought
He
it
was.
awesome.
He was chiming in to say that this is a great show. So.
Well, hey, come on the show. Let's talk about ripping up cigars, dude. I'm down.
So
That
anyway.
wasn't a dig at him.
he actually came out with a great cigar. I think Noel Rojas
Yeah, no
made
way.
it.
What cigar is it? What was it called?
John Salt Crawl.
Somebody Google it.
It's
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never smoked it. I haven't smoked it. I have not smoked it, and we don't have any reviews up on Cigar Federation. So if he's got some samples, reach out to Rob at Cigar Federation or Logan at CigarFederation.com. We'll get some reviews posted. But I have seen that, but I've never smoked it. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. And I didn't know what the word was, but maybe it was in French. And even though I do have my chateau in the south of France, the dialect there's a little bit different. So maybe that's why I wasn't picking up on it.
Dutch, actually.
Let's get this. Can you get?
Yeah, I can't see that.
Dutch.
Dutch, that's my people. A lot of my people are Dutch.
I think he's Dutch.
All right, I'm gonna say is Jas some Kral. Jas some Kral. JSK.
Okay, I know the cigar you're talking about, but
It's got
anyway.
a fucking lion on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lion smoking a
And a
cigar.
red band, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Black
fair enough.
band.
Fair enough. Let's
Comes in
see.
two sizes.
Do you sell it?
No. Hey,
No.
I'm open to, unless he wants a $25,000 minimum order. And then that shit's jump.
Okay.
Don't even talk to me.
Now we're getting to the point where we're gonna have to.
We're getting really. This is the best part of the goddamn show right now.
So are we gonna keep going? Do I need to get up and get another beer? Is what I'm asking.
Get another beer. I'm having. You need to have people in the studio with you. You see, every beer I've had, I haven't been nursing.
I'm not a big time, label owner. I don't have guys bringing me beer. Luckily, it's right there. But
these are people on probation that are.
They're trying to get their tickets fixed. I got it. Okay.
Let me walk to the refrigerator and pick something. Let me see.
Yeah, show everybody there.
Yeah, walk to the fridge.
Oh, you want me to bring the computer? I can't. I'm hardwired. I can't walk it over there.
Can you go behind you?
So here's what we're gonna do. Logan, I'm gonna say one thing real quick.
I got a good name for Juan's beard.
But just wait. Just hold on to it. Okay. I have to pee, and I'm gonna get a new beer. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
More than one take, and you're not.
I mean, dude, he's getting up there in age. But Juan, someone, and I think this is quite the insult, would call your beard the Puerto Rican Super Mario Raper Stash, and it would also mouth, "Where's Luigi?" Yeah, dog.
It does look like Puerto Rican Luigi.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Hey,
if you had suspenders on and shit, man.
Every once in a blue, I'll shave it, and at work you just see everybody like stops. Like, what happened? I'm like,
he's sick.
He's sick.
And I hate it because I feel the air on my upper lip. It just feels naked, so I can't deal with it. Cool air, the breeze.
Obviously, he doesn't run, so he never feels it.
It's a little this manly, but I gotta keep this girlish figure somehow, and the best way to do it is not run it.
I hear you. So let me ask, while Rob's not here, I'll ask a serious question about the FDA. So, I've talked to a lot of manufacturers, and I've gotten like one of a couple responses. One is like complete denial, we're going to be okay, nothing's going to happen, it'll all be taken care of. The other one is like doom and gloom. And then very few people have been like, I'm here to weather the storm. Of the people that you've talked to, where do those people reside, and where do you guys reside?
I don't think, I think we got to wait to see what the price would be if we could weather the storm. Today I was just reading something.
I've heard the rumor mill's $5K per SKU.
Reading something, something like that. That's not. We could do that.
That's the problem. I've heard anything from $5K to $300,000. That's where the uncertainty lies. What's going to be the price to get our stuff approved by the FDA? Is it going to be $3,000 of a Tola? It sucks, but that's a little bit doable as compared to $100K.
Today I was reading that 2 manufacturers, if you're small, can submit a joint application. I don't know how that works because it's 2 different cigars, but I guess if they're like each other and they would accept that, so you kind of can share the cost, something like that. Gotta keep looking into it. We have an attorney, a good attorney for a big cigar company that's a member of a lounge that we're at, and he's been advising me. So he's kind of like, hey, listen, this is going to be like forever. This is going to go on forever. Don't worry about it. We're kind of like the doom and gloom. We keep it in perspective that we only have a certain amount of time and, do what we need to do for the trade show and before the August date just to survive for the next couple of years. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it'd be great if we can continue, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, I think even if the application fees, even $100, I mean, I was reading and Tripp brought up in the chat is that they did this, obviously the same thing with cigarettes. There was several hundred applications and only 2 of them have been approved, right? It's not like in you guys' line of work. If you get arrested, you have a time you spend in jail, you get out. Like this could be, you submit your application, it could sit there in fucking limbo for years. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, it's depressing, and it saddens me to say, what's going to happen to the industry. But the majority of the people I've talked to at the smaller boutiques are just like, well, fuck it. I'm done. It's just crazy to think that, like, in a swipe of a, well, it wasn't really a pen, but a type of a computer, that it just fucks everything all up. But
there's going to be a huge, black market. I mean, look, you're not supposed to
absolutely.
Cubans right now, this and that. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
It's definitely true. Juan, I mean, the black market will be interesting, and we'll talk about that off air because I have some specific thoughts around that. But Juan,
yes,
your beard, who wouldn't want that? Want today, or it could be Cancel's Cubariqueño crusty stash. I kind of like that one. The triple C.
On a personal level with the FDA, I fell in love with this industry late in life, in the sense that had I known I was going to have this passion, this love for it, I probably would have gotten into this industry in some form or fashion years ago.
Yep.
But life being the way it is, it didn't happen that way. And when I retired in 2 years, I wanted to get into this industry in some form or fashion. And this opportunity presented itself. So I must say, let's say tomorrow the FDA comes and everything's doomsday scenario and we wouldn't survive. I actually, with what we've done so far to date, I could be happy in life and say it was a dream come true for me. And, we came and we put out a product and it made a nice stir. It was received well. Enough people like it that it's just, it's funny. You see so many people come out with cigars and some of them just stay stagnant. They don't move. I could name 10 of them, but I'm not because it's not my style. But some guys that come out and stuff and it just doesn't move. And we came out in a year. We've done so much in that 1 year, and I attribute that a lot to the whole social media aspect of it, of us coming from social media. But I live the dream, and I'm happy. If it ends tomorrow, I'm happy, and I think it was a great thing. And I actually want to give a quick shout out to some of our social media people that actually, we came from it, and they've supported us. BOTL New York chapter, BOTL New Jersey chapter, BOTL Long Island chapter. They've really supported us. You got some of these great Facebook pages like Luchely, Cuban Assassin. He's got his own Facebook page, which is pretty awesome.
And cops smoke like crazy. So
Smoking Shields. We have this. It's a cop-only private secret organization called the Smoking Shields, and those guys supported us from the beginning, man. Carmelo was like one of the trustees there. John's the president, and doing great things. And we're just so happy that we've been embraced by the community that we came from. And it's just, I'm happy, man. So if it ends tomorrow, I'm going to say, it was great. I'm happy it turned out. Now, mind you, I would love to continue doing this years to come. But if the FDA shuts us down.
The day that we get shut down, I'm deleting his number.
No. The day you're getting shut down.
Unfriending him and going on a rant on Facebook going, what happened?
Please. I'll be so sad that day, and I'll have one glimmer of hope for Bill Ives to go fucking ape shit on Facebook and call everybody out. It'll be so awesome. Oh, dude.
I'm almost like, I don't like to talk bad. I'm like, a big event will be happening close by now, for a big manufacturer or something going on. And I'm like, why do I want to go to that? That guy didn't file a lawsuit. Have like a personal thing. This is like crazy. It's crazy to sit back and wait. And I think they just want us to wait past August 8th, so that date is come and gone, and you're screwed. So it's just like, it's unbelievable.
I mean,
I read the press release, I was speechless. I'm speechless, and then all of a sudden, I started getting PMs on Facebook from some of those organizations on what their tactics are. I just don't agree with them. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I
actually saw it from you.
Where's this money going?
Oh yeah, no, I saw it from you because I was, in at my in-laws for Memorial Day, and I saw it from your share on Facebook, and I thought it was like some kind of fucking joke. So when I went to find it, I was like, first of all, like, what kind of cockamamie fucking PR person do you got writing this shit? Like, if you are planning on doing something, you don't tell starving people that, hey, we're working on feeding you. You say, we're working to feed you by this date. Do you know what I mean? We're working to do this by this date. So you don't have people in an uproar. Or if you're not going to do anything, I guess you tell people you're not going to do anything. But I just don't understand. The only thing I can plausibly think of that is a reason why, I mean, I guess Enrique's already filed, but the only reason to wait and file is because an injunction, it's going to take years to litigate that. And once your injunction starts running, I mean, you're kind of in the clear for the next 2 years. The closer you can get that injunction to the end, you kind of extend your life out a little bit longer. Do you know what I mean? But that's like kind of playing a game of how quickly can you get the injunction. But I don't know. I mean, we could speculate all day long. I've talked to a few people, and I won't name names, but people on the IPCPR board that one day tell me, like, hey, we're going to get an injunction. Don't fucking worry about it. And the next day, I see the shit from you, Bill, where you post it, and they're not doing shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this goddamn industry?
Hey, this didn't take us by surprise. You knew what they were going to do. There was two options here. I mean, it should have been as soon as whatever option they chose passed, they already had a plan in place and do it. I mean, the vape industry was quick to sue, you know, and all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh, we're going to stand by and, well, maybe we'll pay a couple people, legislators. That's not going to do anything.
Not only that, but in 2 days, the vape industry had 80,000 signatures on that thing, and it took us a month to get 20,000. So,
yeah,
a mind-boggling thing when you see that petition. You know, they're lucky if they just broke 20,000 the other day. You know, it's just heartbreaking.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's just, and I know I've said this, and I've said this on a couple of different cigar chats, is that we're at the point now where all the great petitions and all this kind of stuff, that shit's great, but it's all about the cash money. Ever since May when they filed the deeming regulations, it shouldn't have been about fucking, let's do a petition. They should have been like, we need $10 million to litigate this fucking thing, and there should have been a countdown ticker or up ticker of how much money had been raised, that a check would have been cut, and they should have hired an attorney to pre-flight all these legal documents. I just don't understand it.
Danny Moyer said it best to me one time. You know, I talk to Danny Moyer all the time. He was like, you know, when you're fighting a beast or somebody larger, you fight him in a war. You fight him with rocks, throwing them with rocks and bow and arrows, and that's what a petition is: rocks and bows and arrows. It's not going to do anything. A petition's not, in my opinion, it's not going to do a damn thing.
No, it's like a peace circle.
It's like it's shooting a BB gun at a freight train.
Yeah,
it's going to do nothing.
It's not going to help anybody out. But so what did I miss?
Hey, but wait, we're going to go on Washington, D.C. and organize a smoking herf, and we're all going to get fucking arrested for smoking on federal property. That's going to change the game, boys. Actually, I am thinking about going, not because I condone that. I mean, yeah, it's your right as an American to do. That's fine. But I kind of want to be the guy that gets arrested. Like, I think it would be kind of a great story.
I know I'm going to arrest Juan because it's going to take like 5 cops to carry him in the patio. They're gonna be like, dude, I'm too close to retirement.
I can't throw it back here, this guy.
Yeah. I would love to see the video of Logan getting arrested because I think you'd fall under the category of not going to go quietly.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, just
no.
If you got arrested and you still had that coif hair that you had for a while.
Oh, dude, I would definitely grow it out. I'd be like looking kind of scruff, and I would be screaming nothing about my rights, my First Amendment rights of free speech. I'm protesting. Oh, it would be one for the ages, boys. It would be one for the ages. But that would only hurt our cause.
Me too. And they're like, no, sorry, pal.
No. Logan's fine. We'll take him.
Just be one, the sacrificial lamb. So let's see. I mean, we've got some more questions here.
Yeah, let's take some.
Let's see. Okay, so Bob Dog wants to know, says everyone's raving about the Protocol Lancero, even though it hasn't even really hit the stores yet. Although it hits SigFed. Is it sold out or is it still available?
I think we have one left.
We have one bundle left. And so he says, everybody's raving about this, so I have to ask if you plan on manufacturing a probable cause Lancero.
I was thinking about that, but as of right now, no. We have to definitely, pull the trigger and all this stuff before August 8th.
And not all Lanceros work well with that.
Not all blends.
That is a true story. That I could agree with. Although I will say that the misdemeanor, that sounds like your petite Corona maybe. Like your little dog walker. That's what that sounds like.
Like when you're trying to dodge the popo.
That's the misdemeanor size. What you know, you've got a good 25, 30 minutes to smoke. You could fire up a misdemeanor and call it good. Let's see. We talked about the blend and profile of the protocol because that's different. I mean, you're on more of a chocolatey kind of a Snickers side as opposed to.
It's like a chocolate bar. The probable cause has got all your typical Mexican San Andreas characteristics. It's sweet, earthy, chocolatey. It's just, got it. The other day when I opened it up and I smelled it smelled like a cross between a chocolate bar and some wet earth. It's just,
That's right. That's right in my alley.
Huh?
You eat wet earth all the time.
That's right. That's right in my wheelhouse. That's for sure. So I'm looking forward to that.
If Logan could finish that Lancero, he could spark up one of the probable cause we sent him.
That's going to be my second cigar of tomorrow.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
That's an honor, man. You're making it into my good cigar rotation.
That's after he smokes the Murciélago. I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, that'll be the second cigar too. I'll usually start it out with like.
You gonna tape them together?
No, man. Like it'll be like the second cigar of the day is a special cigar for me, Rob. We've talked about this, and I'll start with something that's kind of like, yeah, and or a Connecticut or something, and then I'll smoke what I really want. Then after that, just kind of like whatever I can find, scrounging around.
Fair enough. So, Dave K, I feel bad because we got to all of Dave K's questions like after the show. He wants to know how involved was Eric Espinosa involved in the blending in the cigar with you guys at all? Did he kind of point you in the right direction, or?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story with that. So,
or blending any of them actually.
So, when me and Bill were actually sitting in the same lounge right here, and our third business partner, Billy Gattis, said, "Why don't you guys make a cigar?" And they kind of laughed at him. He goes, "No, I'm serious. You guys are pretty popular on social media. Why don't you guys do a cigar?" I'm like, "All right, so if we did, who will we do it with?" And at the time, I still am a big Espinosa fanboy. I loved everything he was doing. I'm like, I think Eric would be a great choice. And at the time, me and Eric we were still close. I bothered him a lot. I always call him. He's like, "Oh, what do you want now, bro?" But
I like that. We were still close. You say at that time we were still close, giving us the idea that there's been a falling out. So I'm curious about that. But then you also say but you also said that hey, at that time we were still close, so I kept bugging him. So yeah, now we kind of know why you're not close anymore.
I got a man crush on him. I call him up every other day. "Hey, Eric, what do you want now, bro?" I'm like, "Nah, I just want to call, say hello, and
hey, what you doing? What's going on? How's everything going?"
Days ago, what do you want? So, no, we sat with Eric and we said, "Why don't you come down here the next time you're in Jersey?" We sat down and we said, "Listen, we want to do this. We want to make a cigar." And we sat here. We had a meeting. He was like, "I love you guys. You guys push my brand on. I would love to make something for you." And he actually put us with Hector. And Hector is I call him the master blender. That guy is he's amazing. Everything he touches, everything he makes that he likes is phenomenal. And he put us with Hector, and Hector Alfonso Sr. sat down with us. And he basically picked our brain. So once Eric does his blends, he basically spends his own time. He blends the Laurent and all other stuff. He does his own things, but the stuff he does for the Zona, most of it falls on Hector's responsibility. So Hector sat with us and basically picked our brain. Like, what do you want? He asked us a few questions. I think Logan, when I don't know if you can talk about this, but that thing. No, okay, but like the same question I asked you, Logan, but when we were talking about stuff. Like we're having a conversation like, what are your top 5, rappers? What do you like to smoke? What are your top favorite cigars? And we told Hector, this is what we like, this is what we want. We want the cigar to taste like this. We want these flavor profiles. I was pushing for, like I said, if you asked me 5 years ago, you're coming out with a cigar, what wrapper would you use? I wanted to use Mexican San Andreas. And I told him, I love Mexican and San Andreas, So he sent us blends that he specifically tweaked to our liking, and it was labeled like 1 through 9, and basically said which blend you like, and that was the protocol that we fell in love with. Me and him agreed on that one right off the bat, and we didn't really know what every blend was, But those 9 blends that he did it to our specifics, and he wanted to give us a nice broad thing. When we did the probable cause, we were much more focused in the sense we were more specific of what we wanted. We wanted something with full flavor, a little bit more milder than the original protocol, because we don't want to be known just for a full-bodied, full-flavored cigar. We want to diverse our portfolio, and eventually, the next cigar we might do is a Connecticut. We're talking about doing that down the road, but we want to have something full-body, medium-body, something mild. So it's something that can really, what's the word I'm looking for? Like make everybody happy. If you don't like the protocol, it's too strong. Maybe you smoke probable cause, maybe you smoke the misdemeanor, or whatever it is we're going to come out with. We want to have stuff that's going to make everybody happy. So we told them for the probable cause we wanted something a little bit, a few notches lower than the original protocol. And then when he sent us that, and I told him how much I loved, like I had sidebars with Hector. I'm like, please, if you can do something with the Mexican San Andreas, I just love Mexican San Andreas, and that's how we came out with this one. But Hector was the one that was mainly involved with all our blending and all our stuff. So that guy is talented, man. I love that guy. He's an idol of mine. He's a good guy.
Now I know that the protocol has the quadruple Ligero, but this isn't an overpowering cigar.
Not at all.
No.
By any means. So like if I smoked it blind and someone were to ask me, I'd say this is like, from a strength standpoint, medium plus maybe. I mean, it's not
full, right? Would you say?
Yeah, as far as flavor profile, flavor is full flavored. Absolutely, there's a ton of flavor in there.
Do you retrohale?
Absolutely.
So retrohale that.
Yeah. Well, I do. Oh, do you want to watch me?
Let me see.
I retrohale about half, and it burns a little bit, but not much. It's not super strong. When I say burns, I mean when you retrohale just about anything, you're going to get a little bit of that burn, right?
You're getting a little bit
but
of
it's a little, but it's not. This I've never considered this as like a full strength cigar, and that's why I said when I was talking earlier, and that was the point that I was trying to make, was when I looked at this review and I look at the filler, it's quadruple Ligero. I'd think off the top, I'm just not even going to bother with that, because it's just going to be way too much spice and strength, more than I would really want. But
the craftsmanship of the Zona, like they
absolutely
it's got quadruple Ligero in it, and still could be palatable for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Our first launch last year, we had women that don't really smoke cigars, and they smoking Toros, and they were like, "Wow, this is really good." And quadruple Ligero, and it's a testament to the quality that comes out of the Zona.
I think the probable cause is going to do very well, because it's like middle of the road. It's a San Andreas. And I'm smoking now the Churchill size, the box press. This cigar, we got a rave review. That one went first when we had our launch party. It's really smoking well.
Well, but it's got a darker wrapper, so it's stronger, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of a joke, but no, I'm curious to smoke it. And Logan, how many of those did you get over there? You got one to
None
send
of you
to?
damn motherfucker.
You got one. I know you got some to send to me, so we can get a review posted and all
get
that.
You fucking cunt face.
Whoa! Did you just drop cunt face?
I did, man.
That is brutal.
I've been wanting to say cunt all day, and I don't know. I felt like saying.
I've actually gotten way too comfortable with saying cunt.
Really?
Yeah, my wife has actually pointed out. She's like, "You say cunt a lot."
And
you wouldn't.
How do you like a laugh track?
Yeah, no, the laugh track is good. The laugh track is solid. Now, you wouldn't think that if you watch the shows, and Logan, you probably wouldn't really think that of me, but I say it a lot. Like the way that I talk normally and the way that I talk when I'm on the show are two very different things. Yeah,
I know that.
That's one of those words that has worked its way into my vocabulary, and I just can't seem to get it out.
Make your wife happy and get rid of the cunt and use ball bag. Anywhere you
ball bag.
Ball bag. Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna love that. Yeah, it's much more tactful.
Yes.
It's got a lot more class.
And for women, hate the C word, bro. So.
Oh, they do. Yeah. You could say anything as long as you're not saying that. And no, my wife is she's pretty cool. She's a hip lady.
She's pretty hip.
She doesn't take issue when people talk about whatever you're talking about, whatever, it's fine. But she has pointed out that I do say cunt a little bit too much, and I've said it like 9 times now on the show. So there you go.
I know, and it's awesome.
It actually feels kind of good. It's liberating. It's liberating. And if I've offended anyone who's listening, I really don't care.
Yeah,
Because I'm going to be honest. I just cracked open my 3rd beer, so we're good to go, man. Let's let it roll. Like, what do you guys want to talk about?
I'm working on 4.
Now, okay, but here's the story though. I just cracked open this. What is this? Wreck Alley Imperial Stout from Karl Strauss.
Brad, Reckermeiser.
And this is a 9.0 ABV. So.
Oh fuck!
So by the time we're done with this bad boy, it's going to be real.
Rob's gonna be fucking saying cunt every 3rd word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Scottsdale. I'm gonna open it up now.
I was watching one of your shows. I was watching one of your shows from last year, or from I don't know when it was.
I feel like Bill was just going to give us a compliment.
I know. I was kind of hanging on the edge of my seat right there.
I was like you. Well, I was watching one of your shows. It's compliment enough, I guess, right?
Oh, hey, if you actually watch this train wreck, then good for you.
We are creeping up on the 2-hour mark.
I know, and my wife's like blowing me up.
Yeah, my wife is out of town.
Oh, that's nice.
But I have some work I got to finish up. So
I know. I'm gonna say goodnight to her.
So, Bill, you were saying that you were watching one of our shows right before you locked up.
I know you guys were debating on where you guys stay all the time for the show.
Oh yeah,
dude. The Stratosphere, dog.
Is this going to be Circus?
Dude, no. The Red Dome.
No, dude. Oh, Circus. Was that the one that we thought we were staying at?
That's the funny story about Logan.
And it was depressing as hell. Like the second we walked in.
It was bad news bears.
We're staying somewhere closer this year, and John was just talking about it. It's like a 10-minute walk.
I don't know where. John booked it all.
No, John is our
like 110 degrees.
Well, it's a 10.
We'll be taking cabs. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, it's not even. It's like we walk across the street and then a block over. And
okay, well, Logan will still be taking a cab. Doesn't really matter.
No, that's fine. But I'm hoping that IPCPR will get off to a better start than it did last year.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Do you remember that first morning, Logan?
I don't remember exactly why.
I remember exactly what we were fighting about.
I honestly don't remember what we were fighting about, but I remember you'd piss me the fuck off. And when it pisses me off like that.
Seriously, this was rough times. I
will poke the motherfucking bear.
No, and you just when I get really, really angry, like when I'm really mad, I stop talking.
Yeah, and I poke the bear because my wife does the same thing.
No, and I didn't say word one, like until from the time that we got into the elevator to the time we got to the show floor.
What were we fighting about?
I know exactly what we were fighting about. We could talk about it later. But
okay.
But we got to the show floor and then we hugged it out and it was all good. But man, if I was armed in any way, you'd have at least one scar. At least one.
I don't even remember what I said.
That's Bill on a daily basis.
He's got to come here with his bulletproof vest on because it's bad.
But yeah, you guys are right next to each other. Logan and I see each other like twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it's almost actually worse because it's built up for 6 months, and then we see each other and it's like, oh God, I can't stand this fucking guy. I'm gonna have to deal with him for another 4 days, and how am I not gonna give him a fucking tracheotomy right now?
We write each other essays on a text message. We write each other essays.
No, hey, if you don't get along, conversing through text message or email is the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
Because there's no tone. There's no tone. I mean, you can assign all kinds of tone. Like I'm pissing Logan off right now already. I can tell.
You're not pissing me off, but
it was
like I love to communicate through email and text because
it doesn't work with us.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
You're like Juan, Logan, because we had a back and forth recently, and I'm like, call me now. He goes, no, I think we should wait till tomorrow. I go, call me now.
That's what I do.
Call me now.
I go, we gotta calm down.
I go, you are not a man. Call me now.
No, that's awesome. No, Logan and I, we've gotten to the point where it's like, And I think this works for us with our emails. It's like the bulk of the email is the subject line.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
like hey, can you do this? Thanks. Like the body of the email is just thanks. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and it works. It works.
It works.
There's not a lot of there's no room for interpretation. It's just
That's where we get in trouble.
yeah. It's like hey, this ad needs to be turned on. Can you do that? Body of the email. Thanks. That's it.
Yeah,
And it works.
Let me know when you need help shipping. We ship every day here. Oh, like, come on, get on the same page.
Wait a second. I thought Juan was the shipping expert with the brawny and all that. No.
But
No,
you
that's
love to get the perfect treat.
VIP treatment when I'm here.
The VIP. I love
so.
it, dude.
So Logan, did you get some good names for Juan's mustache or what?
I talked about a lot of them.
Oh, I missed those.
You're off, yeah.
I missed them. Yeah, while I was off. I was
I was
taking-
called-
Not a lot. I mean, a lot. I got a bunch of emails, but a lot of them were like stupid, like, you know, senior, like shitty stash and like stupid stuff. You know, like I mean, just stuff that wasn't even
Mario
creative.
was good. Puerto Rican Mario was good.
Puerto Rican Mario.
That is solid, dude. That is
That's a good one.
solid. That's a winner. That's got to be a winner.
Or an asshole with dentures. That's
a good one too. I think that's a pretty standard answer because I've heard that
That
before.
Shooter's used that. He's repurposed that a lot, but
Yeah.
it never gets old.
No, no, shooters good people. Okay, so we're at the 2-hour mark. Are we ready to wrap this up, or do we want to keep going?
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's time. Let's wrap it up. I've got some work to do. Logan's got to get back into dinner, and you guys gotta go
keep
do
drinking.
whatever it is that you do when you're not here talking to us.
Go catch fucking bad guys.
Yeah, catch the bad guys. No, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Always, as always, right? And we'll see you at IPCPR. And Logan, say that again.
When do you guys get into Vegas?
When do we get in?
So I get
I get
I'm
in on
taking like early
Sunday.
flight. I get in at like seriously like 6:45 in the morning on Sunday.
Let me see. I get in. When do I land?
Nobody cares.
I get in at 10:55
Sunday?
on Sunday. Did you ask if we golf?
No, that was just a Puerto Rican accent. He goes, Sunday?
Because I'll bring the clubs if you guys want to
bring 'em.
golf.
It's not
Sunday
gonna be
afternoon.
good, though.
Oh, he goes, oh, I should start golfing. You can smoke cigar. I'm like, dude, you're going to be out of breath.
No, it's all good. You get a cart, and get a caddy. You're good to go. All you have to do, like you're standing for like 30 seconds each hole. That's
yeah,
it.
but that's assuming you hit the ball straight. Like if you're over in the rough, out of the deep shit, you're searching around, you're jumping.
No.
in ponds, it's
Your
fucking rough.
caddy is searching around.
I don't know
Do you
about
see?
that.
No, you're not doing it right, dude. You got to get.
I'm
You
gonna
got
go to Puerto Rican get my balls.
to.
Yeah,
Oh,
get your ball back.
Okay, now you made it into something that it's not. You made it into something that's not, and now I'm actually really uncomfortable now, and I feel like I need to say.
I
cunt.
love it. Rob scoots back in his chair
No.
when he's uncomfortable.
No, I feel
Rob
like
scoots
I just said I feel like I need to say cunt now to tighten things up a little bit.
Listen, he's not athletic at all, so that's not happening.
Yeah, none of us are. What the hell?
If basketball was a sport, I'd be a what's the word?
Runner up.
There you go.
I mean, he couldn't even be a caddy at the Masters because they don't make a white jumpsuit that thick.
It's awesome.
Oh shit! All right. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you in Vegas. It's gonna be a lot of fun in Vegas. And John has been saying this a lot during sharing our pairings, but we've actually got we're coming into IPCPR with, and I don't feel uncomfortable saying this. There's nobody in the industry that can match our video coverage of IPCPR.
Absolutely.
Our video coverage of IPCPR is untouchable, and it's even going to be more untouchable because we're going to have twice as many people this year. And we've actually got folks who are going to process video and photos and stuff for us so we can go out and be a part of the nightlife in Vegas, which we've never been able to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll definitely look for you guys.
I'm going to give you a warning now. I'm going to treat this IPCPR like it's my last, so prepare yourselves. Because it might, depending on what the FDA does, this might be our last IPCPR. I want to party like it's 1999.
So you're telling me I should start drinking now just to kind of, it's like stretching.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, okay, got it. Okay, yeah, no, that's,
For now.
all right, I got it. So I'll be ready. I'm going to be ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, thanks again for checking out the Cigar Chat. We'll be back next week with mystery guest. Hey, can you guys give Eric a call and see if we can get Eric on next week? That'd be a lot of fun. No, I'll shoot him an email. But yeah, we'll have somebody next week.
Job.
Huh?
I said, do your goddamn job and get a guest.
Yeah, I will. I will. No, I'll get some guests. We'll be dialed in.
I know. Thank you.
Again, guys, a lot of fun hanging out with you. We'll see you in IPCPR. Everybody, thanks for checking out another show. We'll see you on CigarFederation.com. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll catch up with you next week.
Fuck off, cunts.